Happy Father's Day Sunday. We're going to go through the 2026-2027 Mid-Year Planner today. So this week I was going to do a weekly layout. We're going to click on the tabs button in the calendar to get to the week. And I've already set up the 4-layer system that I like to use. I go ahead on the background layer and I drop in a shape using the plus sign and the circle on the left, and I drag out a rectangle. I can then click it and go to style and drag the little wheel color swatch to pure white. And then I'm going to head over to my Stardust color blocks. I'm going to click on the weekly layout that I like and go back to my weekly page on the color blocks layer and drop it in. And I just have to stretch it out. I go and crop it because if you can't crop an image, you can't flip it. So I do leave a little bit of space so people can customize all their stickers. And we're going to stretch that to cover the whole page. When you're happy with how that looks, you're going to go back into your layers and you're going to click on stickers. And then you're going to click the circle plus sign on the left, and we're going to start putting in our numbers for the days of the week. I like Baskerville. I think it's big, it's bold, it's easy to see. For whatever reason, I find Noteful text boxes to be just kind of a pain in the butt. So you're going to click in the number. Then I found you have to click off of it. Go back and click it, highlight it, and then you can change the font and the color. All right. So I'm going to now, I've clicked on it and I'm stretching it out to resize. You can click resize. That's my favorite way to do it. I don't like going in and being like 16 points, 18 points. No, I'm just going to grab it. Okay. Now I'm going to select it, click on the color, drag that all the way up to pure white. And you can shorten or lengthen the length of a text box by grabbing those little white arrows and stretching them out. And that's how I like to do it. And I like to keep my text box the size of the text. I don't want some funky long text box if it's just a number. All right, so I'm going to click and duplicate and start putting those into the correct places. All right. You always click backspace and then enter in the numbers. Sometimes you'll find that they now want to be on 2 lines, not a problem. Grab that little white dot on the right-hand side and stretch it just enough so the numbers are both on the same line. Right now, what you're doing is you're setting up the planner. From now on, all you're going to have to do is go to the correct layer, lasso all of the numbers, copy, and put them onto next week. So it's just setting up takes a little bit more time, and then I find it's much, much faster. So basically what I do is I set up my planner how I like it for the week, and I just go to the stickers layer, highlight it, or lasso everything, copy, and paste it into my next week. It's just whenever you do something for the first time, it's going to take a little extra. You can even go from one planner and copy and paste it into another planner, so it's not wasted effort. And I know that it's an option to put in a sticker that is already a number, but I really just think it's just flexible and crisp and nice to do it this way. It's all personal preference, what works for you and what makes your planner function, how it's going to help you out the most. Now I can go back in and I'm just lassoing individual lines of number and kind of placing them where they want to be. All right, so I'm going to go to Stardust Widgets, and I'm going to lasso and copy the days of the week, and then go into my planner page and paste them. A lot of times when I lasso from a sticker book, or probably you as well, sometimes I grab stickers I don't want. It's not a big deal, just delete them. And because I had all of these selected, I can grab and stretch them out at the same time. All right, now I'm just gonna go in and place these where I want them. Because the days of the week I chose here are a little bit longer than what I usually do, just the letter with the name written thinly across the day of the week letter, but I am using what comes with the widgets and Stardust, and it's pretty. I really like it. It's just I try to mix it up so you get a little bit of a variety in each collection. I'm hiding in the garage. It's Father's Day, and we got bacon cooking, and my middle daughter's making pancakes for my husband. It's always kind of a busy morning when it's a holiday. All right. And it was at this point that I realized I put the wrong thing in there, so I went and grabbed Reflection from the widgets, and I placed that in there so I can review my week. And we're back in widgets for Stardust. I'm going to grab the star lines that I like. I'm going to crop them. And one trick I like to do to make getting the most out of my kits is customizing my stickers. So I'm going to duplicate that, crop it again, and then I'm going to add it to the lines. Zoom in and place those nice and neatly so it looks continuous. Now I am going to be able to have a nice long custom line. Lasso everything and drag it into place. Heading over to widgets, grab another Stardust sticker for the month, and I'm going to pop that onto Sunday. And I'm going to crop this. And I decided that I want to, of course, have it stretched out across the entire day. So I'm going to cut that down so that we don't warp the numbers, and stretch it out. Okay. Looks pretty good. I'm going to head over to Stardust Graphic Stickers and lasso my hero elements for this week. And we're going to paste them and start playing around and see what looks good and what we like. All right, like I said, I want things to pop off the page just a little bit. I think it looks really pretty and high-end and just visually interesting. I want my pages, yes, I want them to be pretty, but more than that, I want them to be functional. I want to be able to get more done and feel good doing it. Hustle is not what I'm trying to do anymore. I'd rather create systems and have a calm, happy life that actually feels good rather than overload myself. So I focus on a few high efficient tasks for the day and for the week. All right, and I talked about my last video. I do 3 main hero objects, and those are in place. All right, here's the planner. On the home page, which is the second page, you can always get to it from that little logo at the top, that little house for home. You can get to the shop. You can get to these YouTube support videos. Page 3 is the index, which you'll get to from the little cog next to the home sticker. You can get to every single month throughout the entire planner. On the calendar pages, each one of those days links to the daily layout. And the tabs on the left link to that week. In the week, you can also get to the days. All right, so next week we're going to talk about putting in some custom links. On the index page, you can get to every single week. On the right, you can get to the tabs for every single month. The other tabs I have are the year overview, and all of those numbers click and go to the linked day in the planner. All right, head back over to the index. You can see that on the right, we also have the vision board you can get to in the entire planner. You can get there. We have overview for the year you can get to, and if you click on the little pencil, you're going to come to these note pages. There's 4 styles of note pages, and you can copy and paste them as many times as you want. I do all my images as SVGs, so you can zoom in and things don't get blurry. I want everything nice and crisp and beautiful. We don't want no fuzzy images. That's not okay. All right, now as a final touch, I'm gonna go in and grab some stars. We're gonna go back to the stickers layer and place these. So if you look how I lay out my stickers, I talked about my first video, I do 3 hero images. 3 in art is what's gonna give you balance. So I got my 3 large images. Zoom in when you're gonna grab a sticker that's small, because if you don't, you're gonna warp it or it's gonna do some strange turning things. So zoom in and it's gonna be a lot easier to place and size those. On the second page of my graphics, Stardust is this little cluster. So I'm gonna paste him, stretch him out a little bit, and pop him in. Now we have a beautiful balanced weekly page.